Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise. I hope you guys are all well. I know it's been really hot, except for my friends down under. Nice winter, I hope. So anyway, I have a question here that I'm going to read out to you because it's actually really funny. Chops Daddy, hey! He wants to know, as long as, oh, and this is in, I'm sorry, I should have prefaced this with, this is in relationship to the video I did on pooping. You guys know who I mean. So anyway, or it's one of them. There's been a few, but yeah, I can't remember which one actually. Probably about a week ago. Anyway, Chops Daddy says, as long as Poopin's dog whistles make his Pavlovian pack salivate, and their numbers remain high enough, he'll be Pooty Poot's boy. Yeah, I believe that's why Pumpkinhead so desperately works to keep some kind of political power. Since we're in this neck of the Eastern European woods, how about a reading on Clucker Carlson's recent trip to fascist camp in Hungary? Yeah, he went to visit Viktor Orban, right? Goodness. Yeah, and then Kathy, she also wants to know about Tucker Carlson. What is the real reason he went to Hungary? She says, I think I know, but would love your input. Yeah, I honestly, well, I mean, I kind of have my logical deductions, but you know how it goes when I do these readings. If I don't put my bias aside, I'm not going to get cards that make sense, or they're just going to be all one-sided. And that's probably happened a few times with Trump readings, but then again, haven't we proven what's actually happened with him? So it's pretty much just logical deduction at this point. Okay, so let me get the camera dropped down and I'll get started on looking at Clucker. Clucker Carlson. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I decided to use this deck again, the Maybe Lenormand by Ryan Edward, and I'm gonna do 3 rows of 5, and I'm setting the intention ahead of time to let this last card over here be the answer card, and then with the rest of the spread I'll use the Grand Tableau techniques, but this is going to be a mini Grand Tableau. A small one, not the whole thing. Okay, so why? What are the real reasons that Clucker Carlson, why this trip to visit Viktor Orban? What's the real reason he went to Hungary? Oh my goodness. It's like as I'm shuffling into this, I can pick up on his, he's just like a lizard brain. He's like he's really immature. He's just really, really emotionally immature. I don't know how old the guy is, but he's much younger. He's like not even at teenage level, except in some areas where, you know, it's like Donald Trump in his transactional nature. But as far as like spiritual evolution, my goodness, this guy is just way behind. Okay. Oops. what I just heard. Oh, he's such a good little boy. Wow. I don't know what that's about. I don't even know how many cards I'm at now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. 13, 14, and 15. Okay. This should give us everything we need to know. So here he is. He's popped out right at the beginning. Now he does have some control being up at the top, and especially the top left-hand side. Okay, I've got tons of room. Let's just spread things out a little bit. And I'll have lots of room for closed captioning. Okay. I think, yeah, good. Well, actually, let's go. Put it back where I had it. Sorry. Okay. Alrighty then. Ooh. Okay, so. Oh, this is the good little boy comment that I heard. Okay. So here's our theme. So he went to Hungary with Viktor Orban to be in this, as part of this like good old boys club, this like royal order of, I don't know, what, racism and homophobes? I mean, Viktor Orban, my goodness. But there's some subterfuge. This has to do, it's kind of like the moon card. Well, it's different. In this deck, it's different. In the Lenormand, if you're a reader, the moon card would be your reputation. If you're a psychic or a medium or anybody in those creative, it's psychic and creative fields, it would be your reputation. But in this deck, they've designated, or Ryan Edward designated this card as being a person's reputation. And of course, this is like the royal order of the good old boys club and the, white people power BS. And of course, it's hanging over this subterfuge and obfuscation and confusion and, detachment from anything with a heart or with love. So, well, let's go further into it. I'll read this whole box as well, but let's start with the four corners. So here's the foreign travels. But this card, the ship card is also about trying to create something that you want, but it's, of course, maybe even wanting to get away. It's right next to the snake. So it's like, what is he trying to get away from? And then here he is. Well, I guess this would just be, on a very basic level, this would be his travels to Viktor Orban, his Tucker Carlson's, Clucker Carlson's, chicken brain. Although I'm not going to insult chickens, but, when it's in a man's head, we've got problems. So his trips had to do with a transactional type of a nature where he's going after something, and he's going after a lot of abundance. He's going after some new cash flow, I think. And on one level, it has to do with religious, like religious, and it knights up here to this like club. They're all confused and they're just ridiculous, but they're of the ilk to think that Jesus had something to say about same-sex relationships, and he did not. But they've written that into the Bible. This together could be the script of the Bible. But this is where he's aligned. He's aligned with this like foreign. I mean, this is not a good card when it comes to being burdened and being your karma and being your cross to bear. But also when it comes to religion, this is his, he went there because, well, and there's secrets too. There are secrets to why he went there. But this could be the Bible too. This could be just his trying to get together with people who are more like him, and this Bible script, it's just, I mean, of course there's some truth there, but you have to take it with metaphor and symbology, but that's not how, And what did Constantine do to the Bible? Like how? Well, I don't need to get in a big old rant about that. But how was the the interpretation changed? From religious leadership in order to get what they wanted from the people, from the masses. So there's always that, So if you love the Bible, I would say read the Gospels of Thomas. At least that that was my adventure at one point, and then I did a lot of research on theology and found out that nothing was written. There was no Bible written until at least 70 years after Jesus was crucified. So how old were those people that did that writing? So you have to find some things that were more current, which led me to Gospels of Thomas. But okay, said I wasn't going to get on a rant, and I just did. Anyway, back to Clucker Carlson. He was looking to improve and make changes that were really important to him. But besides what he considers a sacred text, there's also secrets. And secrets within this good old boys club that he thinks he's privy to, and he's trying to like rise above everyone else and be this, he thinks he's better than. He thinks he's better than. And then what's bubbling down below, though, is with the snake, we're dealing about dangerous enemies, and these could be foreign enemies that are dangerous. So, of course, Viktor Orban would just be using him. And, but then there's another thing that's hidden there. Because the snake knights up here to Clucker Carlson, he's also a betrayer. And then it knights back up here to the rider, so that has to do with information. It's also, his visit. But so this is telling me that he secretly met with someone else. It wasn't just Viktor Orban. He met with someone else or other people to try and change, and then to try and improve his lot in life and try and make some changes that were really important to him. No, I wasn't looking at his future. This is only about the past. So it's like he wants to be seen. He wants to be recognized, recognized. And he's made these choices so that he can be seen. And I think it's by like the religious evangelical right, you know, the religious extreme. Yeah. Okay, let's focus on these three cards. So this is his reputation and his honor. It has everything to do with, you know, getting some type of success, having some type of success, having having like an order of information flow that's covering up something else. That's interesting. And you know, this is the focus right here. This is the center card here of the entire reading. So this card is really important. So like he's trying to represent a group of people with some very, you know, he's trying to seduce and represent. And this card, Knight's up to him, you know. It's transactional, but he's trying to represent some group of people who think they know it all, and they don't. You know, because they're very, very, they're just, they're very dwarfed when it comes to, you know, their spiritual evolution. Wow. And they're confused. They don't really understand. I mean, this group, this like royal order of whomever these people are, yeah, they have their like-minded beliefs. But like I was saying before, it has to do with some religious extremism. So, what else? Seducing people into this like club kind of, even like initiating people into this club kind that's just disgusting and awful. And then, of course, there's this is like a secret club of what? Of orders? Of written texts and documents or something? And they want people to watch it. So what do they... I think I need to... This is a baseline of why he went there. Why he went there. So I feel like they've been connected for a long time because this is all about the past, and I feel like Tucker Carlson and, you know, Viktor Orban, I feel like it's not just him, I feel like it's a group of people who've been connected for a very long time, and it has to do with promoting this religious right type of a situation. And the fish does show a money exchange, but it's more money, you know, it's a flow of money. it's a flow of money that brings in this yeah, it's like the money flow to go in this direction towards just direction, money flow to direct into this club, this order of, but I don't know who this order is, but you know, it's all these people on the planet who want things to be a certain way, but they're also trying to hide it. So it could be even something to do with like money laundering. Let's see. His visit to improve, but also hide this direction of fundage going into this organization. Wow. Okay, interesting. So let me reshuffle and let's look at his. I don't feel like using the Kipper. I mean, because we've already got money flow going in here. We already have the answers now, and that was the past and why he went. So let's look at. Well, I've already read on his future, but let's look at because this is bigger. Let's look at the future of this like royal order of, you know, whoever this conglomeration of people are with money and in this religious extremism. Let's look at the future of that. Okay. I'll do the 15 cards as well. Okay. Oh, here we go again. Here's the club. Here's the actual club. Okay. And there's Tucker Carlson again. There's the transactional nature. Wow. Okay. Okay, now imagine Tucker Carlson is married. I mean, the woman is always the person you're reading on's, you know, main squeeze or, you know, partner, whether they're married or not. So that's interesting that she has come through. Okay, so, but in baseline here in the middle we have the bear, which is all about, but this is about this organization though. So Tucker Carlson is involved as well as his wife or girlfriend. Ugh, can't imagine being his girlfriend or whatever. Okay, but the bear has to do with, it's a card of strength. It's a card of money and protection and power. So that's what's at the core of this whole thing, is they want money, power, and protection. Let's look at the four corners here. So the mice steal. They're little, you know, in this deck, it's about fraud and scam artists and, you know, loss. Addictions as well. and I have to remember the context of drawing these cards. What is the future of this conglomeration? Well, this is loss. It's lies, it's destruction to the club, the organization of which Tucker Carlson is involved. And then the moon card brings in some other element around trying to create something with, now, is it his wife? Or do I break a rule and you know, a Linneman and a Kipper rule where, you know, the main people are usually together, but is this some other woman if it's not his wife? Because this is a creative project here. And here we are again with secrets. You know, the secrets night down to her, and then these visits. So this would tell me, you know, she's involved with these secret visits, whoever this woman is, but I think if he's married, she probably went with him. And she's involved somehow. Okay, so, but the future of this organization, if this woman is not Tucker Carlson's wife or girlfriend, then it would be some other woman who's involved. But as far as the strength of the organization, the key card here, there's strength, but there's something shocking that comes in, and it can change things, because we've got the change card down here. It can be really challenging because this card, you know, this lightning card, it's like sudden, like a sudden shock. Something that, well, it's just not stable. So the club, the like royal order of whoever these people are, is not stable, and some shocking secrets will come out, and especially about Tucker Carlson and who he's loyal to. He's got some shocks coming his way. And some shocks coming into this, disruptive shocks coming into the strength of this organization itself. Right? Because the bear knights up here to the organization, and this royal order of whoever they think they are, grand poobahs that are better than everybody else on the planet, whatever, and shocks to his strength. You know, because the four corners here, painful loss and thievery, fraud, scams that have been nurtured for quite some time. And loss, destruction of this group and Tucker Carlson. And you know, this could be his public image, but this could also be, well, yeah, this to me would be like him and his TV career. There's some change here, because you know, if he hadn't popped in here, I would say, oh, it's only the organization, but he did pop in here, so this involves him. This is part of his downfall. Because I don't think most people are having this anymore. You know what I mean? This limitation on as to what, you know, who's in control. Whatever happened to, you know, the separation of church and state with the GOP? It doesn't seem to doesn't seem to apply to them. Okay, so because the mice and then the moon, which has to do with this change card, you know, there's change, this is change, this is change. Up here with this further reiterates that their strength and their power and their protection will definitely go through some changes and loss, and it's going to be very public. So we're going to find out who this organization is. This might be part of like the big, the family. There's a Netflix series that I haven't made it all the way through because honestly, guys, it was so boring. But there's a lot of information in there about how things started. But based on the other spread, it's more with the ship card down here. It did reveal that it was more worldwide. It's not just in the USA. Okay, so anyway, loss to the abundance because secrets as to who was seduced are going to be made public. Tucker Carlson and his wife are all part of this, and he's part of this seduction, and he's just trying to make, it's all about the money. It's all about the money for all these people. It's all about the money and the power. And they want to be boss. They want to be in charge. Of course, the bear here could also implicate Russia. And we know that they, Putin and his oligarchs, it's such a farce as far as being aligned with anything of Christ consciousness, because they are not. But they like to hide under that. God, can you imagine being Christ and all these things that are just an abomination of who you were and being used under your name? Ah! Well, of course, nothing elicits forgiveness more than Christ consciousness. So, I imagine there's forgiveness there on his part. But, Lordy, these people. So, there's another little tidbit here about what Clucker Carlson cares about, and it's about being famous, and it's about being on TV, and it's about having some type of, maybe even possibly some type of, maybe there's some partnership with some because the moon can bring in, like movies and documentaries and any kind of, type of filming, even if it's just, his news. I mean, and this whole thing could be Fox News in here too, even though I didn't get the Fox card, but, Rupert Murdoch could be in here in the big old club. So we have to remember this is the future of this big old club. Well, it's going to be minimized, there'll be loss, and Tucker Carlson will be exposed, and probably, if we wanted to say any men and women involved, if we want to use this man card as just all the men, and the woman is just all the women who are involved and implicated, well then it will be revealed, illuminated, and yeah, secrets are going to come out. So I don't see anything else. I think I'm just going to get this uploaded and see what you guys think. Go ahead and drop it in the comments. Okay, thanks you guys. Take good care. Bye.